Hello and welcome, beautiful souls. It's time for another coffee with the Dolphin Star Temple. And my name is Inge van Stralen. I am Pleiadian Lightworker, Galactic Priestess, and President of the Board of Directors of the Dolphin Star Temple. And I am honored to be here with Cherie. Cherie, can you say hi and introduce yourself to everyone?
Good morning. Happy day. Oh, you can't even see there we go. Coffee.
Coffee.
Coffee. My name is Cherie and I work in the home office here in Mount Shasta. So if you communicate with us or send us emails or place orders, I'm the person that is going to be putting them together for you and responding to your requests. So I'm honored to be here and part of Dolphin Star Temple. Thank you.
We're honored to have you with us, Cherie. You're such a treasured part of our organization.
Thank you, Inga.
So
here we are. I had some questions for you this morning. I know we briefly touched on what Pleiadian Lightwork is in our first Coffee with the Dolphin Star Temple session. And I just was wondering if there is anything else that you could tell us about Pleiadian Lightwork and perhaps how it relates to the Sirian and Andromedan beings. And is there anything that you can kind of shine some light on about those subjects?
It's actually a really good question. In our previous video, in our previous coffee chat, and we will put a link to that previous video in the description box. But we talked about what Pleiadian Lightwork is, but another aspect of it is all these different star beings and ascended masters that are part, that are contributing to Pleiadian Lightwork and are part of the Dolphin Star Temple. And, when you hear Pleiadian Lightwork, everyone thinks, oh, just, the Pleiades and the Pleiadian emissaries of light. And they are a very big part of Pleiadian Lightwork. In fact, they are the ones who started communicating with Amora Kuan Yin, who channeled the whole method and the whole mystery school. But it's not limited to just the Pleiadians. That sounds almost disrespectful.
I know what you mean.
No, they don't mind. They're kind of laughing. But it's not only the Pleiadians. We are blessed with the presence of the Sirian emissaries of light, the Andromedan emissaries of light, several ascended master archangels. Most of us will have connected with Archangel Michael, for example, through the work from the Dolphin Star Temple. And it's one of my favorite archangels. But there are others that we work with as well. So Pleiadian Lightwork is not just channelings or methods teachings from the Pleiadians. It's also enriched with all these teaching from Sirius. For example, Sirius has these wonderful energies that have to do with sacred geometry and Christ consciousness. Those kind of channelings have to do with Sirius or come from Sirius. Andromedan is more about unity consciousness, that aspect of healing the male-female split. So bringing the polarity or bringing healing in polarity. So those are like the three major star beings that we work with, but there are also the Arcturians who are coming through more and more these days, who are helping us with our physical body, really like on a very material level. Like they can help us with DNA clearings and stuff. So So there are all these different star beings who we can call upon.
So where are the Octurians from?
Arcturus, which is
Okay. That makes
it's
sense.
another star system.
I see.
I think it's I'm not quite sure about all these pronunciations. You know, my native tongue is Dutch, and I don't even know how to pronounce it, but it's in the stellation of Bootes. So I don't know how you would.
Perfect. And can I ask you, how are these, why are these different galaxies and beings interacting with us here on Earth?
Okay, well, right to the good stuff. Well, as most of us know, Earth is going through this very critical, pivotal time. It's, you know, we're going through this evolutionary phase, and, you know, no matter what you call it, you know, from 3D to 5D, that's a very common way of describing it, or bringing in the Christ consciousness, anchoring Christ consciousness on Earth, heaven on Earth, creating heaven on Earth here, whatever you want to call it. It is this event that is happening that we're here to bring about. And whatever happens here on Earth has an effect on the rest of the universe, on the other galaxies. You know, there are beings that are, I'm not sure, you know, no, you cannot, it's not like they're stuck with us, but they do depend on our evolution to move forward as well. So they grow as we grow as humanity.
So we're partners in a sense of like
Yes,
co-creating.
yes. Oh, I love that word. Yeah, that's very well put. Yeah.
So to connect with these beings, I know at the beginning of each of the meditations, our weekly global meditations that we do, each of you included of our teachers will set the space before doing the meditation. Is it possible for you to kind of break that down a bit and explain a bit more about what that is that you're doing, and how somebody that would be going into a meditation space could possibly do that for themselves as well without have taken the courses?
Yeah. First of all, you always start with you, you know, with your own being, who you are. So we typically start with taking a couple of deep breaths to bring your energy, your awareness back in the here and now. So grounding helps, you know, whatever method you use to ground yourself, you know, do that. You know, there are different ways of doing that. So start with that. And then we call upon all these different light beings, and we ask them basically for our help, for their help. So Pleiadian emissaries of light, ask them to join, you know, you in your space, and ask them to help clear this space and put a protective circle around it. And then you can do all sorts of things. You can ask, well, the Dolphin Star Temple Higher Council to join and to transform your space into a Dolphin Star Temple space. So really to kind of lift the energies, the frequencies into this sacred space. And I always love doing that personally, because it just changes everything, you know, the energies, the frequencies become quiet almost. And, you know, we ask for crystalline pillars around the space. So which helps to ground the space and to make that connection to the cities of light. So and cities of light is a place where higher frequencies are anchored, ascended masters, light beings, or archangels, usually need a place on earth to anchor. So to anchor their energy. So, putting those crystalline pillars around your space will help connect to that specific place, a city of light, of
So,
a, yeah.
oh, go ahead.
Of a light being or ascended master, archangel, or star beings that feel called to help you.
So when you put up your crystalline pillars, are there like just 4, like one in each corner? Is it completely circular? Are they white? Are they?
It kind of depends. It kind of depends on the group. When we do the global meditations, usually there are many crystalline pillars because it's a big group. And it doesn't matter, whether it's you attend the meditations live or, at a different time. But yeah, so the group will be big. So yeah, there will be many crystalline pillars. But, in my own space, typically I see around 6.
Okay.
But it can be more.
Are they a particular color, or is it just, are they white, or does it just depend on what you see?
And it depends on what you see and what you feel. To me, they're more like rainbow colored.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So, but yeah, so they have all the different frequencies in them, and it's just for me, that's how I connect to them. So yeah, they have all the frequencies in them, all the different shades of colors, and whatever is needed at the time just comes forward and presents itself. So that's the crystalline pillars around. And then for me personally, what I find really important is setting intentions. So always to set intention of, that you intend to use this meditation or do this work ethically as possible for you. And to work from purity, from the heart, whatever words resonate with you, but it has to do with impeccability, or striving towards it, because we're human, we're not perfect, but we strive to be as pure as possible and to work and to connect from that space.
So ethically, can you explain a bit more about what you mean as far as ethics and how that relates to spirituality?
Yeah. So ethics.
I mean, are we talking just good intention all around for the good of the whole? I mean, what?
Okay, so ethically is really to work towards purity. So from a pure heart, and that is different for different people, and it's different for the same people at different times. So what I consider to be completely ethical 2 years ago can be completely different now, because I grow as a person. But it's it's the intention to be as pure as possible, and that you strive to take your steps on that path.
Okay.
The path of purity.
That makes more sense. Thank you.
Yeah. So it's not about good and bad, because those are relative terms. But it's about having that purity of heart and putting that intention in there. And it's also, especially when you do light work sessions, not to do that for your personal gain or your having your personal intentions put on someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the purity that they're talking about. So setting intentions and connecting to your higher self. So make that connection whatever way you can. And if you don't know how, call upon your higher self and ask your higher self to connect with you, to open your heart, to help open your heart, to love and to you.
I know in some techniques, we're asked to bring our higher self down into our body. Is that something that you would recommend to do, like to actually have that be part of you moment to moment as much as you can?
Well, yeah, that's great if you know how. And it's actually a great practice to do every day, because that is one of the objectives of Pleiadian Lightwork, to have that connection with your higher self, to really embody your higher self.
Okay.
And in classes we do connect with our higher selves, and we run higher self energy, we fill ourselves up and blend with our higher self. But what you will notice is that it doesn't stay that way, because it feels so good to be connected with your higher self, and then it kind of fades away, or you lose that connection. And that's training. The more you do it, the longer you can stay in that vibration.
So are you able to explain a bit more on how to do that? Or is that really like
But let me first finish the setting.
Oh, the setting the space.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
sorry. I'm jumping ahead. I'm so excited about wanting to do that and continue my own training that I'm skipping ahead. So forgive me.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I love your enthusiasm. Anyway, the final step is to ask the Pleiadian, Sirian, and Andromedan emissaries of light for cones of light to be placed above and below your aura and above and below the space. And you will hear everyone do that, ask for those cones of light. And those cones of light, the interdimensional, evolutionary, intergalactic, and Earth cones of light, are basically cones of light, like these little energetic party heads on top and below your aura.
Party hats. So is the cone going up, like funneling down on top, and then?
No, it's
okay. All right.
And right. What it does, it helps you connect with your vertical axis. So what it does, it's kind of, when I asked the guides to put these cones of light above and below my aura, I can feel myself kind of, moving up a bit, straightening up. And because what it does is it's almost like it sucks away all the debris that you're letting go, or all the excess energies that you're releasing. So it's like this suction device, and it sucks it away. So it's very handy. So you don't have to clear everything up constantly. They help you with that.
Is there something about being able to put that process on automatic?
The cones of light, you mean?
The cones of light. Yeah, like I've heard different things about that, where you can set the intention to have it just be so.
You could, but I don't think you'd want to, because they're pretty intense.
Okay.
And Also, the evolutionary cone of light is, you get that from the Syrian emissaries of light, and it just pulls you forward. It just, it's like an energetic role model for your frequency. So it's always just a tiny bit higher than your frequency is at the moment. So it just pulls you forward all the time, which can be intense.
Yeah, for sure.
So and the rest as well. So I don't know if you'd want that
I think for
around.
us living in Mount Shasta, we get enough of that on a daily basis.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, especially, not just in Mount Shasta. I think all around the world, there's so much going on.
True.
So it's good to do this every day. But, basically to clear up stuff, to have them, clear your
So
energy.
do what every day? Do the cones of light or the setting the space?
Well, both actually.
Both. Okay.
So those are the steps. So grounding, you start from you, grounding, calling on the Pleiadian emissaries of light, or to help whatever light beings you like to work with. Ask them to clear the space, set the space. Dolphin Star Temple space, ask them to set it. Crystalline pillars, higher self connection, and then the cones of light. Oh, and the ethical intentions, and that's it.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Thank you for actually breaking that down. I really appreciate that. You hear it often in the beginning of the meditations, and then we move on. And so it's really nice to have just a pause for a moment to just kind of explain a bit more about what's happening. So
going back to the higher self.
Yeah. And also, just before we wind up, I would like to know a bit more about the Dolphin Star Temple Higher Council of Light as well, and perhaps how Dolphin Star Temple why it was called Dolphin Star Temple. So I don't know if that could be addressed in this particular Coffee with a Dolphin Star. Perhaps we should do it in another, because that may be a bit more of a lengthy discussion. However,
let me just give you a little background on the Dolphin Star Temple and the name and where it comes from, because when I asked them how it came about, they're actually laughing. It's like, okay, it's that's me, it's wanting to know everything, and but why, and they say that's actually a really good state of being. Always ask why, never lose that. That's what they tell us. Anyway, Dolphin Star Temple, they're one of the origins of that name actually comes from Lemuria. At the time, humans were coming in, but they were damaged. That their hearts had been damaged because so many things had happened to them. If you're interested in learning that whole story, I'd say read Pleiadian Perspectives on Human Evolution. That's an amazing book, which gives you a good understanding of how it came about. Anyway, but the humans came here and on Earth, and they were damaged. Their hearts were damaged, and there were beings already here on this planet, elemental beings, the fairy world, the fairy realm, and mermaids or mermen, mer people, so to speak. And they wanted to help humanity heal their hearts. So when a baby was born, they wanted to give the baby the love that it needed to heal, to come here in this world with, their heart intact, their heart space intact. So they would humans would give their newborns right after birth to the mer people, who would envelop them with love and take them to this amazing temple space in the oceans that was guarded by dolphins. And it was this, the image that I'm getting is this pink, it's like a rose quartz kind of crystal. It had to do with heart energy, so that there's this amazing energy coming off of it. And they would place that newborn baby on that crystal, and the dolphins would swim around, and it would connect that child, well, to the heart space, but also to the stars, to the galaxies that was their origin. So
wow, that's so beautiful. Wow.
I know, it's an amazing story. And yeah, so we can actually go there still in meditation. Maybe we should do that one of these days.
I just was there. I was fully following you.
Yeah, I know, they were already putting in, drawing in that energy. Gosh, yeah. So that, that place, what they're telling me, that actually was the start of the Dolphin Star Temple. So that really was that sacred space guarded by dolphins, on that crystal.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I have never heard that story before. That's so special. Thank you for sharing that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So do we have time to touch on how to connect with the higher self, or do we need to have another coffee with the Dolphin Star Temple? There's many days of coffee.
We need so many more coffees.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah, well, let's finish with that. I'll just give a couple of pointers so people can
great.
do that themselves. We're not going to go into that meditation here now. So I feel like we just came out of a mini meditation.
That was amazing. It was definitely a journey for sure. Oh.
So anyway, yeah, connecting to your higher self. You could always start with setting space, all the steps that we talked about in the beginning of this video. And then, call upon your higher self and ask your higher self to put his or her hands on yours. So, you can put your hands out like that. Or my preferred method is to put them on my lap with palms facing upward. And then, your higher self will put his or her hands on your hands, and flow energy, higher self energy into your body, and just fill your whole body with that higher self energy. And that's, a very good start for that higher self blending and connection to your higher self. And, if your higher self is in front of you anyway.
I hope I'm not allergic to my higher self. I'm teasing.
I know.
Cancel.
They're burn.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh. Anyway, so, that's how you can fill up your whole body with higher self energy. And, since you're doing that anyway, start a conversation with your higher self, start connecting to it. So, just start by saying hi and feel it, open your heart to your higher self. And then, whatever works for you, whether it's through images, through sounds, through inner knowing, a memory that comes up, you can start to have that conversation with your higher self and deepen that connection.
So when you're going throughout the day, is there a way to just keep connecting so that you have that presence more and more in your daily life?
If you want that, I'd say, okay, what they're telling me is they're giving me a technique, you know, when you're connecting to your higher self, really focus on, you know, your heart center here.
Okay.
You know, your soul matrix or whatever you want to call it, your heart center here, and just feel like there's this big ball of love energy here in the middle of your chest. Your higher heart is it's sometimes called. And then when you go through your day and you know you fill this up, and throughout your day keep connecting to that ball of light and love here in the middle. So especially when things get challenging, you know, connect to that. You know,
we're all going into holiday season.
Yeah. Keep connecting, keep connecting.
I have a big ball here all the time.
And then sometimes, you know, you just have to run to the bathroom and fill it up again.
That's a really good point. Step out of the space. Oh goodness.
Yeah. No. Well, yeah, I have to admit, you know, that happens to me too, because you know, I'm a human being. I cannot still not, you know, stay in that space of love all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the intention that counts, really, you know, working towards it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you do it.
I love that. The way that you explain things is so beautiful, and it really puts a bridge from where the person that hasn't studied much Dolphin Star Temple work to access the teachings of the Dolphin Star Temple in such a beautiful way. And I just thank you so much for being able to communicate that so clearly. I mean, that's really just fantastic.
You're very welcome. I love doing that. I love Pleiadian Lightwork. I love the Dolphin Star Temple. So yeah, it's one of my favorite topics.
Dolphin Star Temple loves you.
And if you're watching this is also a message for you that the Dolphin Star Temple loves you too. You are very much loved. Anyway, yeah, to wrap it up, you know, I would like, you know, if you haven't done any work with the Dolphin Star Temple yet, I would recommend you to, you know, purchase the Awakening Your Divine Ka book by Amora Kuan Yin, or the Oneness book. That's also on more a beginner's level and will help you make progress fast.
And there's also the guided meditations that go along with the book.
Exactly.
And we have the book in sets where you can buy the book and the MP3 of them, of the exercises. And also you could buy the book or the CDs, depending on, you know, what works best for you. So yeah, both of those are great. And you get a bit of a discount if you buy them as a set. So
wonderful. Yeah, totally recommend. Anyway, so one final comment. If you enjoyed this video, you know, just give it a like, share it, subscribe to our channel. And, you know, if you have questions that you would like us to talk about, or you like answered, or, you know, some topics, you know, send it to us. You know, send it to Cherie at the Dolphin Star Temple. What's the email address again?
Dolphin Star Mystery School at Gmail.
Okay.
Or info@dolphinstartemple.org.
That's
We have many ways to reach us.
Or send us a message through Facebook or on YouTube, whatever.
Or Instagram.
Our Instagram, gosh, what is our Instagram account?
Oh gosh, Dolphin Star Temple, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
We'll put it all in the description box so you know how to reach it. It would be.
I'm still swimming with the dolphins in the rose quartz.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching. And we'll see you in our next video. Oh, bye.